What up, y'all? Welcome to another Mazda 6 video. We're going to be doing 2005 Mazda 6 Wagon. We're going to be doing the suspension today. We have a strut shock assembly. And yeah, we're going to be changing that on the passenger side. So, let's do it. First things first, I'm going to crack open all of these lug nuts. Just so they're not so hard when they're off the ground. It's gonna be a 22 millimeter socket, and then we'll jack up the car. Shouldn't need too many tools for this job. Let's get to it. Put the breaker bar, right tighty, left emergency, left. I'm also just gonna go ahead and choke off both sides of the back wheel, just on this side. Because I don't understand physics. Yeah, this jack that I got the other day sucks, you guys. The old Mastercraft jacks were better. The new ones suck ass. They need to fix this lever so you can use it again. Right now, it's a little bit bucked. All right, we're just gonna get this tire off the ground by a little bit, and then I'm gonna put it on the stand. Let's finish taking this wheel off. Okay, lug nuts off. Gonna take off the tire. All right, y'all. So now that we got this off, let's examine this thing. To get this off, we are pretty much going to need to remove this brake clip. Sorry. We're gonna have to take this thing off. We're gonna have to take off the sway bar link here. That's this little thing. At least one side. We'll have to take off this big fork for the suspension here. This whole thing. Yeah, that thing. And then we should be able to just take off the rest from there. Yeah. You don't really have to do this, but I'm gonna WD-40 everything that I want to loosen that I don't think I'm going to hurt by WD-40. And try not to leak it over your greased fittings or your bearings either, if you can avoid it. You will be happy about avoiding it. This thing needs some greasing. This side needs some greasing. Spray the knuckle thing too. That last part, the part that has to remove from the suspension. First thing I'm gonna do is disconnect the brake line here. Let's go on this side, see if you guys can see a little better. Let's see. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect this. Then we're gonna undo that. Give me a second, I need an extension. See, easy as pie. Always so easy. There's never anything unexpected when you're working on cars. It's always exactly as you're expecting first try every car. Anyway, 12 mil socket. Apparently you need some range to get there, but there we got our range. Now let's undo. First bolt done. There she is in all her rusted beauty. Just snag this thing out of the way. You can see a little bit pinched in there, but I need her all of the way. So anyway, I'm just gonna move this out of the way a little. We're gonna take off this sway bar link, and then the rest should move all the way real easy. Okay, Next is this guy. I believe it's 14. It should not be torqued very hard, but it might not come very easy. Anyway, I'm just gonna go and hammer it a little so I don't hurt my fingers on something because I play guitar. I don't think it's coming off anymore, so I'm gonna have to get something in there. I think it's a, I don't know. What's this, 5mm Allen? Bit socket, 5mm bit socket. I think it'll fit in there, but it's not gonna wanna go in there easy. It's not gonna wanna go in there easy at all. And so you might have to grease it up and bang it in a little, but you're gonna wanna do it because, I mean, if it strips down, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Already spinning. 15mm wrench now, and a 5mm. It doesn't have to be a bit socket, it could be an Allen, but bit socket will be easier because you'll be able to hold it out here. So righty-tighty. You want the bit socket set to righty-tighty. I need something skinnier. That's okay, because I don't mind having extra length for this part. We're gonna sleek this right in here. Awesome. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to bang it in there deep. And I screwed up because it's easier if you, it's a lot easier if you put this side on of the wrench. That way if you need to adjust it, you can. Okay, so let's see. Righty-tighty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try cranking this now. And there it is. And there she goes. And now you just need to retrieve your bit socket that you hammered in there. There. So now our brake line, we can move out from under this hook. I'm just gonna go straight ahead and move this last bolt. This one is gonna be hard, by the way, guys. I think it's a 14, so it's not too big. It might be a 15, let's find out. The bottom one's a 15, but it's torqued to like 100 foot-pounds. This guy here. Don't turn this side. This side's already locked. And once this thing starts spinning off, you know, you can just take it off, don't worry. It won't be that hard. But you might need a breaker bar to break it loose. And I would break it from this side. Yeah. Nope. Let's just grease that. And there she goes. So it was a 15mm, and what I've done is I've hammered on this 9/16 12 point and greased the fuck out of it, and we got it off like that. And I'm going to take this whole thing out. It might pop down a little. Nope, seems good. Finally, y'all, this part now. We're gonna take off the rest of this knuckle. I believe it's gonna be a 15, so this guy. Boing, boing, boing. It's still tight, I'm just gonna keep going. There we go, a little less tight now. This thing should come off. I'm gonna go ahead and leverage something. Okay, so what I did, try it at your own fucking despair or whatever though. What I did to avoid taking off this lower ball joint, I used my breaker bar. I put it above the upper control arm. I figure it's just mostly on the mounting point, so I wasn't too worried. You know, I mean, we're pushing down on a lot of different forces there. Anyway, so I wedged it between this spring and this thing here, and I pushed it up, and it gave me the clearance I needed to get that fork off, because we're gonna reuse that fork. That's gonna be for the new suspension. So, there we go. Okay, super easy. There's only 3 mounting points. It's these outside ones, and they're only torqued to 30 foot-pounds. So this should be really easy to undo. And I wouldn't undo them all the way because you'll have your suspension drop underneath. So I'm going to loosen all that, and then going to, I mean, we have all of our brake lines out of the way, so it really shouldn't be that bad because I moved it above that hook already. But just in case, we're gonna watch it because it'll drop onto this CV axle here, and then we don't want it to really fall all the way out or go further than that and maybe rip some rubber or some shit. So let's go ahead and undo this. This is cool, eh? We got a little fucking, got my camera mount thing now. So we can, ooh, that's hot. How's this cover? Got it. Can I take it off by hand? Yes, I can. Holding it up for me so I can just keep this off nice and easy. Yeah. Let's come down. And see, that's a little heavy with one hand, so very good that you grab it carefully and make sure it doesn't snag anything. There we go. We've removed the old suspension. You guys can probably see I'm literally leaking fluid out of the inside of the strut there. There's a lot, and this thing's fucked. You could hear it if you push down on the side. It goes. The only difference that I've been able to notice between the driver's and passenger side suspension. Fix my mat, my clean mat, huh? Anyway, only difference I've been able to notice is some of these have this little wing for the brake pads on one side or the other, and these ones, a lot of them just come with one on both sides. So I guess if it's only one side, the back side is for the brake lines. So the passenger one should only have one on this side. If it's got it on both, then it doesn't matter. Alright, should be universal-ish. I'm going to go ahead and slide this in now, and we'll go ahead and bolt it back. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly try to get a couple bolts on here, all three if possible. So I'm gonna go ahead now, and I'm gonna not tighten those down. I'm just gonna bring them up so they're a little bit better threaded, like most of the way. But I'm not gonna torque it down until after I drop the car. So we got that shit on there. Now this let's go ahead and get this this thing seated on here. So this is another part that was broken on my other suspension. There should be this tab here. Can you see it? Yeah, it's right there. Your knuckle thing is gonna lock right onto there and pinch it. And it's gonna seat right against there. Let's see if we can show you that at all. Fits better. And I'm trying to get back there a little so I'm not just pushing it forward. And can you see that? It's seated right here on this thing. I don't know, hopefully you can see it. Ugh, so hard. Can you see it on this side? Yeah, okay, see this little thing? It's gonna seat it right on there. Okay. You're gonna want to jack up just that main big chunky wishbone, or it doesn't actually matter where you put it. You can jack up the control arms or anything hard. Just jack up the wheel, because that tie rod end won't line up until you do. Or not, sorry, sway bar length. The sway bar lengths here, it's there. See? Can you see that? That just needs to, just need room for it. See? Now, nice and easy. Okay. brake line in. Let's see. And this doesn't need to be that tight, y'all, so don't worry too much, because it's only also going to be about 40 foot-pounds. It's not as tight as you'd expect, because it just sits there. So I've got some various Mazda torque settings written down here. We're just going to torque them both down to 40 foot-pounds. This, the bottom of the fork, I've been told is 38, so I'm just going to torque it to 40. Sway bar lengths is about 30, 40. So I guess that's actually tie rods is about 30. Sways are 40. 40 foot-pounds, 40 foot-pounds, all right? Okay, so on the way, we got one more now. This wishbone down here, the one that I fucked up, should be 93 foot-pounds. There it is. 1, 2, 3. And that's tight enough. So we're good. What we're gonna do on now, y'all, is we're gonna put on that, we're gonna put back on the tire, and then we will tighten the suspension up top, y'all. So, great. Oh, yeah, we're good. Oh, the suspension is definitely higher. We're gonna just put most of the pressure on the wheels so we can torque it all down. The wheels touch the ground. All right, now we're gonna go back up top and we're gonna finish this thing. So the last thing we're gonna do here, and sorry, before I do this, I'm actually gonna completely remove the jack. We don't need that anymore. So this one now, I don't know, this one's supposed to be at 30, and I don't know if I'd go more than 30. I like to make things tight, but you know, I don't know what happens if you get the wrong torque on these. It might adjust ride height or something weird. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do exactly what they say. And I'm just gonna try to get them all to 30. Okay. That's all torqued down, y'all. I guess let's go put away the tools and take it for a little test drive. So far so good. Thanks for changing my suspension with me. Make sure you guys fucking subscribe. Hello. We're in Canadian Tire. We're in the parking lot.